This is, let's say, oldest part of the city, originally a river. Sorry. Amstel River. Around the year 1000 first life in the swampy, wet area. Smoky fisher town established. 1175, a dam was built in the river. It's now Dam Square over there. Originally open with waterlocks, but during the years inland got lower, compressed. As far as there's any stream, current of the river reversed, so Dam Square is closed. Now, for part, we made the street in the river Amstel. A brick building behind us, built in the river Amstel. This is where the name Amsterdam comes from. Old letters, they named it something like Dam aan die Amstelen. Later on, Amsterdam, for the Dutch-speaking river, rederijen, shipping companies. 1300, Amsterdam got city rights with the name Amsterdam. River and the dam building it.
Kunt u het goed verstaan?
Die draait zo meteen naar de Mosplek bij Kooi en die andere Kooi moet op weg gaan.
It seems to be a little bit busy on the water. This was originally a sea dike over here into the street over there. It's a little bit strange. Over there was the old harbor of Amsterdam. Strange to imagine, central stations from 1889 built on a created island in the old harbor. See, everything you see over there all built in the old harbor of Amsterdam. From the same architect as the Rijksmuseum, National Museum. These days Amsterdam don't have a real harbor anymore and not directly at the sea anymore. And 1800 on both sides waterlocks. 1933 the Dutch built a 30-kilometer long levee in the north of the Netherlands to protect the Netherlands from water floods. Create a big lake in the north, IJsselmeer, came in between Amsterdam and the North Sea. Water is still slightly brackish, but no seawater anymore and no real harbor anymore. Main harbor of the Netherlands, Rotterdam, biggest harbor of Europe. St. Nikolai Church, with St. Nikolai in the middle of the two towers. Looks real old, but end 1800, Catholic church before Protestant time. St. Nikolai was holy saint, protector, the city of Amsterdam, children and the shipmen.
Oh.
That restaurant there does amazing cheese fondue.
They're famous of their steaks. We have it new markets over there. There. It's globally over there near Chinatown. In the middle of the square there is something that looks like a castle but was an old city. Around there,
Small tower there, old watchtower at the harbor named Schreierstoren. Schreier on Dutch, built on an angle, one side round, the other side on an angle. Schreiend, a word nearby, something which can make you cry. It was a place where the lady said farewell to the shipman. Could happen that the ship never returned and they got a message in there. So now known as Tower of Tips. Now a bar restaurant in it. Named VOC Café, East Indian Company Café. Well, there's more and more discussion about colonialism of the Netherlands, was far from all fair trade. Some street names are changed. He received serious threats and is considering to change his name. The East Indian Company. there it was head-office of Shell, but with the platform on it, XXX. It's now Adams Tower, lookout point with a swing over the edge. And we will see the tower in one of the artworks later on.
De Hendrik, graag achter Stroma en iedereen langs het Damrak op.
A floating Chinese restaurant. Exact copy of one, actually there's two similar ones like this in Hong Kong. What I forgot was designed for floating on salt water. It floats better. And Europeans more heavy than the Chinese in general. So at the opening it started to sink. They had to rest to get everybody away from it in time. But now they simply reduced the amount of visitors allowed and problem solved. Oh, by the way, if you like some more tea, in the front we have hot water. Here we have blue wine. We have the cups and the tea in the drawer there. Fortunately, a few screws got lost, so be careful with the drawer. But please help yourself if you like something warm to drink. It's the 8th edition of Amsterdam Light Festival. Each year I have a subject. For this year, disrupt. Disrupt, yeah, out of order, yeah. So to find a similar word. Quite a lot artists, Cedar Root, made a link with climate change, rising sea level, disruption, but it can be in any kind of way. For example, later on the Skinny Bridge, disrupt by taking it apart and place those parts on the bridge again.
Second time I did this tour this year. First was on first day of Christmas. It was much warmer than it is now.
Maybe the temperature is near to freezing point.
Yeah, it's around, night it will be around zero. For today, the weather forecast says in between 0 and 4 degrees. Not this year, but the years before. We had some artworks with water, a water dam reaction on it. They also had water on it. If you throw it over. With the covered boats, they had to scratch the windows.
Okay, the first artwork en route, ahead of it, it's named Big Bang. It is a bomb disrupting. It's 9 meters high, 8 meters long, made out of 7,000 feathers, made by hand. Protected with a sort of fur, light reflecting. The idea is that the bomb is disrupting, but with the feathers, gentle touch. Now there, on the tower, named Mortorbaan comes from Monte Alba, Italy. Cracks, it's named cracks. You see it all over the city. Houses leaning over, but crooked, problems with the foundation. This one was built on skin animals. Tower is from 1516. 1610 foundation renewed with stones. It was built on animal skins. Still in a good nick.
Is that light up there, or is it?
Yeah, projection.
Oh, it's oh yes.
Yeah, that's actually the idea of the artwork, with cracks on it projected. Rembrandt painted it, but without the tower on top. It lost its function beginning 1600s. But the neighbor would like to keep it here.
A boat company. I think they are here now maybe 10 years already. Before it was empty. Nobody wanted to pay £2,500 rent a month for it and do the maintenance on it. It's now a boat company.
About houseboats in Amsterdam, we have around 2,500 in total. It's stopped on that number. People live on it permanent, connect to all the facilities. 2009 the last houseboats connect to sewage system. They became expensive. 1977 Amsterdam stopped with any new license for houseboat. The license is on the boat itself. That makes them expensive now. I think a little bit more than a year ago the one there was sold, 1.2 million euro. And last year prices raised with 8%, so it's around 200 square meters, 2 floors, but even then. Concrete barge, it was used by the military to store ammunition in, safer in concrete than in metal.
Yeah, so that's a real estate broker site, and yeah, it's very luxurious inside.
It's still a small part of the values in the boat itself. It's small because of the location and the license to have a houseboat here. And they still pay rental fee for the docking place. With this one it was around €2,000 a year. The house, windows secured with iron bars. Pepper house, was meant to store pepper in, secured. That's in the tree there. Peperhuisje. One of the things what made the Dutch rich, overseas trade with, for example, Indonesia, far from all fair trade, with expensive spices and herbs. For the century, especially pepper, incredibly expensive. You could buy a complete canal house for a few balls of pepper. Here another artwork. It's named Neighborhood Laundry. It's on a few more places, further on the left and further on the right. The idea is laundry from several cultures, as you have a close look. I didn't mention it, but last time on the boat a Dutch person mentioned number 14. That's the number of famous Dutch football player, Johan Cruyff. Pepper incredibly expensive, but also tulip balls. Tulips are not from the Netherlands originally. Turkey, Asia, Southern Europe. For the price of one tulip ball you could buy a complete canal house or some types. You have tulip mania. And it was what we call the first financial bubble. market started to begin 1600, 1639. A lot of investment on tulip bulbs, so the market collapsed. It was first financial crisis in the world. A few others on the other side. The black house ahead of us is the old lockkeeper's house, extreme leaning over. Foundation is renewed. You can do it from out the basement with short iron tubes into the ground, each time on top of each other, finally filled up with concrete. You can wonder how the floors are inside, never know. Outside, protected in the smallest detail, sometimes completely new on the inside, but like here, it's a bar with all the tables on one side to take a part of the table legs off, otherwise everything will fall off the table. Same with other furniture made fitting to the, well, in this case a bar or house. A lockkeeper's house. We're going into a waterlock here. Lock doors on one side. They remain from the time that Amsterdam was still a city at the sea. They could have lost their function. They can still used in case of emergency, or with a system now to refresh the water in the canals. Not every night, just on needs, they can close the locks around the city, create an artificial stream in the canals. They flush fresh water from the big lake in the north through the canals in the direction of the sea. Canals look dirty, but that's more because of the dark bottom of mud. Small chance to get sick from the water. We see more and more with good weather that people swim in the canals. It's officially not allowed, but yeah, there's more what's not allowed. Think about the behavior of the bikes. And already for 7 times we had the Amsterdam City Swim with around 2,500 people, a little bit more than 2 kilometers through the canals for charity. I done it 4 times already. Small chance to get sick from the water, besides the temperature now. Oh, flea markets, all kind of second-hand stuff, cheap new products, no fresh market. You can buy, for example, a cheap second-hand bike there. We have more bikes than people living in Amsterdam. Our canals are shallow, in the middle max 3 meters. A lot of mud, old bikes and other stuff. Whole year round they clean the canals, they dredge it, but first they take the bikes and stuff away. Sub-governmental organization, Waternet, they clean it. They say on the website that they take yearly in between 12 to 15,000 bikes away from the bottom of the canals. Approximately 110 kilometers of canal. A little bit further over there we have Atlantis. Now, a link with global warming or rising sea level, with obviously the risk all over the world. They say it can also happen to Amsterdam. You can see the Amsterdam Tower in it, Empire State Building, more from all over the world. Named Atlantis. Sorry to keep friends with boats behind me, couldn't really wait at the artworks. This is Amstel River, the other side of Dam Square. Originally natural river, all the canals man-made. Officially it's no river anymore. As far as this in the stream current reversed, but also further away everything got lower than the river, made it a sort of canal. City Hall, combined with an opera house named Stopera from Stop the Opera. Nothing against opera, but against such a big modern building in the old center. Opened 1985 with a lot of protest. Still not our favorite. It's nicknamed Het Kunstgebied. Pencils, maar voor vol steez. A little bit further on the left, that's named Nothing Holding Us. Frozen explosion. When disaster happens, the idea was keep it on break, hold it on break, and give it a chance to consider what have changed and maybe some good things come out from a disaster. It's in front of the Hermitage building. There's the original one in St. Petersburg, Russia. Museum with an enormous collection of European art, a lot of Dutch art. They can never show the complete collection at one time. Big part of the collection is stock, but is wasteful. 2009 this opened and we have temporary expositions from out St. Petersburg in here. Building an elderly home till 2007. From the 17th century. And ahead of us, it's named, have a Dutch name, Nachttekening, Night Drawing, on the famous Magere Brug, Skinny Bridge. They took the bridge apart and added those parts on the original bridge. Yeah, traffic jam. Actually, it's for me the second time that I do this tour. Last time it was quiet on the water. We will see. Normally the bridge have 1200 lights. For the artwork they use 500 extra lights. It's named Skinny because the first edition of the bridge was real narrow. If you want to cross each other on the bridge, it's just possible for skinny people. But they changed it several times. This edition from 1934. It's completely renewed 1994. Before the 90s manual with control weights, now electrical. Nearby future controlled on distance. Yeah, but they also have sort of rules, but obviously I don't know really what the idea was or is.
Sure, keep friends with your mouse.
Are we going to fit through this?
Yeah, for sure.
Duck down.
I can keep standing. Feel brave around here. I like it.
It's not.
We've done it before. This one was nice.
Get a picture of us going through it.
Much smaller places in Amstel where we go through. Oh, look. We keep standing. Those ways from a distance it looks lower than it actually is.
Yeah.
Where you cannot always rely on. It's never down.
And from here, the original shape of the bridge.
Ja, is een beetje langzaam, hè? Ja, hele opstopping.
Now this is oldest waterlock in Amsterdam. Not really in use anymore. It was meant to keep salt and fresh water separated. Not functional anymore, but everything still works. There's a small lockkeeper's house in the middle. Maybe I'm not sure if you can see it where you're sitting, but we will go around it. That became a hotel room. Prices start with €1,200 a night.
Jeez.
This place here?
No, this is there, the small cabin in the middle. Sit around the corner.
Ik weet hem ik horen, maar doe even wat beschadigd.
Yeah, and there's somebody who has to bring you to the hotel room. It's some sort of island.
Wanneer kan je me horen? Uitluisterplicht. Wanneer? Je kan me horen, ik weet het gewoon. Of ben je op het plan van het net zo door te pakken?
That's hotel room.
Smoukbad achter me, wat ga je precies doen? Hey, pot, goedenavond. Madrid, je duwt me helemaal weg. Madrid, hou even in, je duwt me helemaal weg. Goed is één ding, maar tegen mij tegen de kant duwen is een ander ding. Ik heb wel stootjes aan je kop houden, maar je moet toch een beetje rustig aanhouden.
Yeah, they're already arguing on the radio. Really, what saying they
De Brederoor die komt uit het binnenste gat bij Alselsluizen richting Oude Kerk. Dus ik zit niet in het al even aardige flits. Dus daar beschreven door als kant. Ja, dus we hebben straks is uitgehaald en die gaat richting Nieuwduizers. Succes, Jano. Dank je, beter.
Is dat een brede rood die rechtuit wil?
Ja, Brederoor gaat rechtuit, richting Hoofdsluizen.
Hou de keizer even hier, laat maar op akkoord.
Super, dank je. Kom maar op, Maxia, een beetje sprinterachtig. Je ziet toch wat er gebeurde net met de spoor. Oh, mijn druk, baantje komt.
how to do it professionally, but it's just theory. But if it's a private boat, just for a speedboat longer than 15 meters, this one is 13 meters 70. If it's your private boat, you're allowed to do it without a license from the age of 12.
So I could drive this without a license if it's
It's a private boat. Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
license to carry.
They're never just irritations. Oh, we have some more.
Mr. Ray verlaat de lighting van Hoek en gaat eerst een gaatje door.
Haven't seen it that busy so far. Actually, it's the second time I do this tour this year with Light Festival. Inside the waterlock, there's artwork named Feel Like the Kardashians. I never heard about them before. I knew that this artwork, but it seems to be a famous family just of being famous. But the flashlights are cameras. It can be disrupting, but paparazzi all the time following you. Feel like a Kardashian. They assured us that it's safe with epileptical attacks. Yeah, no, they assured us that it must be safe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very beautiful as well.
Try to find an example where of a house which is dipping over, but sometimes, especially in the dark, light inside, you can see the ceiling to be straight. So a house like this, straight ceiling with the straight floors, then it's completely renewed on the inside. Have to detect us. Yeah. The other side. So maybe a failure.
Nee, maar niet wachten hier dat slotbootje even af. Draai maar even voor mijn kop langs, dan kom ik met je mee.
You've seen it with most of the canal houses. You have the windows from big to small. Each floor windows a bit smaller. A few reasons. Ground floor most of the time owner's part, as long as not built as a warehouse for storage. Got the advantage of short daylight, winter time. But the main thing, it's done to make houses looking optical, bigger, taller than they actually are. The windows from big to small.
I'll duck if you do, fella.
You're tall there, aren't you?
That's something I think can be fun. Can be face. The next round is not as busy as now.
Tot de middenstand van de baan, Frank. Ja, normaal is het wel te bieden. Het is te hoog. We komen door, dus ik kan het.
Dit is Tour Amsterdam. Zien komen voor de kijkers.
Kom maar door, Douwe. Dankjewel, die bal.
Live was really nice. There's so much more to see.
Dankjewel, maar een fijne avond. Tot de stad. Iets gelijks.
Yeah, we also use it a place where we cannot have a look around the corner. We just from there to there. Red lights, they're illuminated with red. People also live on it because they like it, not because it's cheap.
They've always got to have their curtains drawn at night. People like us walking inside.
I think that's because of this event, I can imagine.
And good old music, people look, he's doing the curtains now.
But most of the time they still have to open. Because they're all stuck with it. It's not moving. No, especially not at this time of the year.
I can imagine, like now, the house builders would close their curtains. In general, curtains in Amsterdam open. Not sure if that's the real reason, but they say the front room in the house was to invite the guests. If you have important guests, for example the mayor at your home, everybody have to see it, so that's why most of the curtains open. It can be a tale. But the Dutch are not usually ashamed of something. There is a book, Untouchables, about the habits of the Dutch. funny way. They wrote, the Dutch not easily ashamed. You can start about a subject in other countries they don't dare to speak about. The color red, feel shame. Well, you will see that the Dutch person will respond like it's a conversation about the weather. That's what they wrote about the Dutch. How about bridges? According to City Amsterdam, we must have 1539, but that's since quite a while. We see some changes, say around 1540. A little bit further on the left, maybe it still takes a while with the speed, another artwork. It's named Order and Disorder. There are 7 rings, or moving around each other. Then first in a pattern ordinated and then unordinated or disordered. Actually, it's just the outer ring is turning and the rest is following. The smallest is 70 centimeters, the widest 4 meters. We're looking at the hook on the top of the houses. It started with, to say space, real narrow and steep staircases. So with bigger goods, the hook on top carried up and into the window. But now we got used to it. You also see it on bigger houses with wide staircases. Even the modern houses there have it like that.
Yep.
Besides foundation problems, almost every house is built leaning forward to make it more easy to use the hook on top. For another reason, also the corner house, sometimes leaning forward and sidewards, extra square meters on a higher floor. Nothing in line is symmetric in the city. On the left, order and disorder.
Last time I met somebody on the boat with really stones. That's why I can it. It must be nice to look at this. That would play havoc with everything. Crackling sound from the tubes, but still one really close. I like this one. But there's order and disorder. You cannot really see the difference.
Set 7, but it was already history our 9 circles.
kant is allebei gluwijn en aan de andere kant. Aan de andere kant is heet water. Lukt het? Ja, dit is allebei gluwijn, als het goed is, aan de andere kant heet water. Hier heeft Jort Kelder een appartementje. Was original pharmaceutical laboratory.
A little further on the right, it's named butterfly effect. Any of you know what that is? It seems that one wind of a hurricane can create complete, can create a complete hurricane on another place. A small wind movement of a butterfly can cause a big effect. That's what we call butterfly effect. Have to respond on the waves of the boat. We're not making that much waves, but the colors are changing.
Sunshine for the lounge, over. Lounge for the sunshine, over.
All buildings around here.
Maybe helps.
All buildings around here belonging to Amsterdam University, University Island, the Amsterdam Business School on the left, campuses just for other European students, but many more places. The Old Center, a big university complex. To the east, a complete science park, part of the academical hospital belongs to the university. Amsterdam University is the biggest real estate owner in Amsterdam.
Big stork next to it. Yeah, that's much more than what you can see from here.
Lounge hier de sunshine, over. Oh nee, sorry, ik zit op de zonneveld. Normaal op die anders slaap maar. Laat maar.
Saturday. Okay, so you're right, so you're not too bad.
Still Amsterdam University, with the triple X with the uniform of university. We cannot be sure what the three crosses stands for, a part of the Amsterdam City Shield or Amsterdam flag. They say Andreas crosses to swear off the three threats or disasters Amsterdam had: water, floods, fire and the plague. Stand negative. After the Second World War, the Queen gave it another meaning. All Dutch words for braveness, merciness and determined. Heldhaftig, vastberaden, barmhartig. Dutch. Triple X.
Slecht bezig. Nee, ik ga je dadelijk even achteruit, hoe heet dat gebak hier zo? Meer dan jij en iemand aan de verkeerde wal fiets naar binnen halen. Dat stond vrij waar, dat die hier wordt gewoon vermoord.
There on the left and on the right an artwork, if you cannot clearly see it, feel free to stand up. It's named Icebreaker. It's 16 meters long. They use 320 meter of lead light wire. Hint to disrupt, into climate change. Artists say, to remind us at the time that every winter the canals were frozen. Now, as far as I know, that's not true. We had it more in the past, but that's not because of climate change, that's because it became so much warmer in the cities. Always seemed to be a few degrees warmer in the city than outside. But it still can happen that the canals freeze over or thick enough to ice skate. We had it begin March 2018. With just 2 days, quite risky, but people were ice skating. Time before that was 2012, for longer than a week. Magnificent. I've been ice skating with parties organized, terraces built on the ice. Before 2012 was 1997. It can happen this winter again, you never know. Quite a lovely green area. Here a variety of trees. The neighborhood is named Plantage buurt, plantation neighborhood. A variety of green, sort of exceptional. What you mainly see in the city are elm trees. Their roots grow downwards. Other trees break up the canal walls and streets. What you see now, relatively young. Elm tree disease, Second World War, almost up and down for firewood. The trees were already systematically planted in the city's 17th century, at that time unique for a city. Amstel Zoo, Artis. That is Natura Magistra. Nature is art of teaching. Left artwork named Hiding Behind the Wolf's Lair. During Second World War there were in between 200 to 300 people hidden in the zoo. Most of them behind the animals. Nazis didn't dare or were warned too dangerous to go in there behind the animals. So yeah, you could safely hide above or behind the animals. You can see on top of it. That's what this refers to. In 1944, the Dutch called hunger winter, no food and no fuel. They still went food to the zoo. So people who were hidden at the zoo were taking food from the animals. Around the corner there's another artwork that has a Dutch title, Loerders. Hard to translate, it calls it jerk or peering through the bushes. All eyes promote the bushes. Every edition of the Light Festival they involve classes with school children to create an artwork in an educational way. This is made by 800 school children. That's quite a lot. Eyes looking through the bushes, can give a comfortable feeling, or maybe in the opposite way, we disturb the animals. Yeah. Also some bushes on the left, and be careful. Oh yeah, I also see there something from a tree. The part underneath is from an old energy pack. I think they couldn't rescue the part above. With a combination of old and new building, modern apartments on it. So there are two apartments for sale, around 200 square meter. They asked €2 million for it. With a private parking garage underneath. On the left, Loerders. Eyes of animals through the bushes. And further on the right there, called Between the Lines. It's old grain, still there, not in use from the 70s anymore. Real old-fashioned one. Yeah, to just keep it there, because yeah, nice looking history, old machine. And now they made an artwork out of it. They say disrupt, but just nice, illuminated. In front of the last warehouses built in Amsterdam. Sit all over the city, another style, more doors than windows in the middle. Now, very expensive popular apartments. Small disadvantage, as you can see in the corner, real long on the back. On the corner you have side windows, but not in the middle. Just windows in the front and on the back, and real long to the back.
Hard to estimate with speed. If you want me to, I can make a stop over there. There's a bar. Do you want me to do that?
I got a request for a toilet, it's called, and it takes quite long. I will make a short stop there at the mooring. Must be a bar around there. Okay, we will.